Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another epic dive into the lives of sports legends. Today, we're talking about a player who's not just breaking records, he's shattering the very mold of what it means to be a football star. Travis Hunter, the electrifying two-way sensation who dazzled college football and is now lighting up the NFL with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Born on May 18, 2003, in West Palm Beach, Florida, Hunter isn't your typical athlete. He's a cornerback who locks down receivers like a human padlock and a wide receiver who turns short passes into highlight reel touchdowns. At just 22 years old, he's already a Heisman Trophy winner, a top 2 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, and a symbol of versatility in a sport that loves specialists. But Hunter's story isn't just about stats and accolades. It's about grit, family, bold choices, and proving the doubters wrong. From humble beginnings in Boynton Beach to the bright lights of the pros, buckle up as we trace the incredible journey of Travis Hunter, a kid who dreamed big and played even bigger. Imagine a young boy in the sun-soaked streets of Florida, chasing a football with the kind of fire that turns heads before he even hits middle school. That's where our story begins. Travis Hunter Jr. entered the world in a modest environment, raised primarily by his father, Travis Hunter Sr., and his mother, Ferrante Edmonds. His dad, a former track standout and football player at Boynton Beach High School, knew a thing or two about speed and heart. Travis Sr. once blazed a 10.82-second 100-meter dash, instilling in his son the value of explosive athleticism from day one. Ferrante, a strong-willed mother, provided the stability and tough love that shaped Travis's unyielding work ethic. But life wasn't always easy. The family faced financial struggles, and Travis's grandmother, Shirley Hunter, played a pivotal role in his upbringing. Shirley, who once raised her own family in a Palm Beach County labor camp amid challenging circumstances, became a beacon of resilience for the young Hunter. She saw the spark in her grandson early on, pushing him to channel his energy into sports rather than the streets. As a kid, Travis was a whirlwind of talent. He split time between football, basketball, and track, but football quickly became his obsession. Growing up in Boynton Beach, he idolized legends like Deion Sanders, ironically, the man who would later become his coach. Hunter's early days were marked by pickup games on cracked pavement, where his speed and instincts made him untouchable. By middle school, he was already turning heads at local camps, but the real turning point came when his family moved to Sewanee, Georgia, near the end of his 8th grade year. This relocation was a game-changer, thrusting him into a competitive high school scene that would catapult him to national prominence. The move to Georgia wasn't just about a change of scenery, it was about opportunity. Travis Sr. wanted his son to compete against top-tier talent, and Sewanee delivered. Enrolling at Collins Hill High School, Hunter arrived as a scrawny 150-pounder with an infectious smile and boundless energy. But don't let the size fool you. By sophomore year, he was a force. As a two-way player from the jump, Hunter lined up at cornerback on defense and wide receiver on offense, a rarity even in high school. His freshman season was solid, but it was his sophomore year that put him on the map, helping Collins Hill to a 6-5 record and a first-round playoff berth in Georgia's AEA classification. He racked up 919 receiving yards and showed lockdown coverage skills that made quarterbacks think twice. By junior year, Hunter was a household name in recruiting circles. ESPN, 247 Sports, and Rivals all ranked him as Georgia's top prospect, and nationally, he was a 5-star phenom, the #1 athlete in the class of 2022. On the field, he exploded for over 1,000 receiving yards while intercepting passes like it was his job, because it was. His highlight reel from that season? Pure magic. One play stands out, a one-handed interception that he returned for a pick-6, followed by a deep touchdown catch on the next drive. Coaches whispered about his Deion-like flair, but Hunter was forging his own path. Off the field, he balanced the hype with humility, often crediting his family's sacrifices. "My dad and grandma taught me that talent gets you in the door, but heart keeps you there," he'd say in interviews. Senior year was the crescendo. Hunter led Collins Hill to their first ever state championship in school history, a 40-36 thriller over Graham Caphausen from Washington in the Geico National Championship. In that game, he hauled in 10 catches for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns, while shutting down the opponent's top receiver. Over his high school career, he amassed 3,807 receiving yards on 263 catches, an average of 14.5 yards per pop, and that's not even counting his defensive stats, which included multiple interceptions and forced fumbles. Recruiting-wise, blue-chip programs lined up: Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, and his hometown Florida State. He verbally committed to the Seminoles in August 2021, dreaming of playing in the ACC. But fate, or rather, a certain Hall of Famer, had other plans. Enter Deion Sanders, the flashy coach who was turning heads at Jackson State University, an HBCU in Mississippi. On National Signing Day, December 15, 2021, Hunter shocked the world by flipping his commitment to the Tigers. Why? Sanders promised him the unheard of, a chance to play both ways at the college level. Prime Time saw in Hunter a mirror of his own two-way glory days with the Atlanta Falcons and San Francisco 49ers. "Travis is the truth," Deion declared. "He's going to change the game." Hunter cited the HBCU tradition, legends like Jerry Rice, Doug Williams, and Walter Payton, as a draw, but it was Sanders' belief in his versatility that sealed it. Leaving Power 5 security for a SWAC program? It was a gamble, but one that paid dividends. Freshman year at Jackson State in 2022 was nothing short of spectacular. Hunter played in all 13 games, splitting time almost evenly between offense and defense. As a receiver, he caught 41 passes for 584 yards and 6 touchdowns. Defensively, he snagged 4 interceptions, including a 35-yard pick-six against Bethune-Cookman that went viral. His stats earned him SWAC Freshman of the Year honors and a spot on the All-SWAC first team for both positions. But it was the national attention that mattered. ESPN's College Game Day crew couldn't stop talking about him, and his celebrations, dancing after picks, taunting receivers, echoed Sanders' swagger. Jackson State won 11-2, winning the SWAC East, and Hunter was the spark. The symbiosis with Deion was electric. Sanders coached him personally, barking, "Lock him down on D, then go get yours on O." Hunter thrived, but whispers of bigger stages grew. When Sanders bolted to Colorado after the 2022 Celebration Bowl, Hunter followed without hesitation. Trusting Coach Prime again, he entered the transfer portal and committed to the Buffaloes, elevating a struggling Pac-12 program overnight. "Deion believed in me when no one else did," Hunter later reflected. "Jackson State was family, but Colorado's my next chapter." His 2 seasons at JSU? A proving ground that silenced skeptics and set the stage for superstardom. Transferring to Colorado in 2023 was like stepping into the spotlight after a sold-out warm-up act. The Buffaloes, perennial underachievers, suddenly had buzz thanks to Sanders' star power and Hunter's talent. But it wasn't all glamour. Hunter lived in a hotel with his mom, stepdad, and siblings in a single room, a nod to his roots amid the chaos. On the field, he played 9 games before a season-ending lacrosse injury. Yes, lacrosse. Talk about freak accidents. Still, he made history. Offensively, 57 catches for 721 yards and 3 scores. Defensively, for interceptions, including 2 in one game against USC that had fans chanting his name. Colorado started 3-0, beating TCU and Nebraska in upsets, with Hunter as the X factor. He earned all Pac-12 honors on both sides, the first player to do so since, well, ever in modern times. But 2023 was just the appetizer. Entering 2024 as a junior, Hunter was healthy, hungry, and Heisman-bound. The Buffs joined the Big 12, and Hunter became the conference's must-watch player. In 13 games, he played a staggering 1,000-plus snaps, over 600 on offense, nearly 400 on defense. As a receiver, 92 catches, 1,152 yards, and 14 touchdowns, ranking top 6 nationally in all categories. Defensively, for interceptions, 31 tackles, and all Big 12 first-team nods. He won the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, the Bednarik Award, Top Defender, the Lott Impact Trophy, and the Hornung Award, Most Versatile. Then, on December 14, 2024, in New York City, he claimed the Heisman Trophy, Colorado's second ever, the first since 1990. "This is for the two-way believers," he said in his speech, thanking Sanders and his family. One iconic moment? Against Oklahoma State, Hunter caught 9 passes for 153 yards and 2 TDs on offense, then intercepted a pass on defense, all in the same game. His 14 receiving touchdowns tied a school record. Despite a minor shoulder tweak midseason, he played through pain, embodying the Hunter effect, elevating teammates like Deion Sanders. Colorado finished 9-4, and Hunter's dual-threat play drew 26 of 43 votes for AP Player of the Year. By season's end, he was the face of college football, proving two-way stardom wasn't a relic of the past. With the 2025 NFL Draft looming, all eyes were on Hunter. Mock drafts had him as the top overall pick, debated as a cornerback or receiver. His scouting report? Elite speed, 4.38 40-yard dash projection, ball skills, and football IQ that lets him excel anywhere. Travis is the total package, said ESPN analysts. CB or WR, he's WR1 in this class. On April 24, 2025, in Green Bay, the drama unfolded. The Jacksonville Jaguars, holding the number 5 pick, traded up to number 2 with the Cleveland Browns, surrendering a haul of picks to snag him. "We believe Travis can change our franchise," Jaguars GM Trent Baalke said. Hunter, emotional on stage, hugged his family and whispered, "This is for y'all." Rookie minicamp in Jacksonville was a revelation. Listed at 6 feet 1 inch, 185 pounds, Hunter impressed with his fluidity in coverage and separation routes. The Jags, rebuilding around Trevor Lawrence, see him as a two-way weapon, though primarily at corner to start. In his NFL debut preseason game, he notched a pick and a 50-yard catch. Vintage Hunter. Signed to a 4-year, $46 million deal with a $30 million guarantee. He's already mentoring young DBs. Injuries? He's battled a few, like the 2023 lacrosse mishap and a 2024 ankle scare, but his durability shines through. As of September 2025, he's Week 1 ready, poised for Pro Bowl nods. Off the field, Hunter's as dynamic as his game. He married his longtime girlfriend, Leanna Linney, in a lavish May 2025 ceremony in Tennessee. The couple, high school sweethearts, share a cat named Uno and a bond forged in faith and football. Leanna, a social media influencer, has been his rock, customizing gear like Travis-themed jeans to show support. Despite viral rumors of marital strain in August, sparked by a tearful video and deleted Instagrams, they've reaffirmed their commitment, with Hunter saying, "She's my everything." Philanthropy-wise, he hosts youth camps in Boynton Beach, emphasizing HBCU pathways. His personality? Charismatic, faith-driven, with a laugh that lights up rooms. "Football's my passion, but family and God come first," he often shares. Travis Hunter's legacy? He's the modern Deion, inspiring a generation to dream beyond positions. From labor camp roots to NFL riches, he's proof that versatility wins. As he suits up for the Jags, one thing's clear: the Hunter era is just beginning. Watch him soar, because in football, he's one of one.